killer at this point is like, really? Because this is what people do in every single horror movie. So I decided to kind of work off of this. I wanted to give you guys a comprehensive guide to not dying in a horror movie. To start things off, my first aspect is something that's a little bit out of your control, considering that if you're in a horror movie, you probably don't know that you're going to be in one. The first thing you can't do is be the boyfriend of the strong female lead. This is going to go one or two ways for you. First is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a la 2003 way, when you're the first one to die, and everybody wonders where you are, and you go missing, and all of our hearts break for you. So, that way, you're gonna die. The second way that this could happen is that we're all gonna really root for you, because you're gonna be so strong throughout, and you're gonna have that great relationship with your girlfriend that we all wish we had, and there's gonna be that one final fight scene where you're both running, but only one of you, for whatever reason that there always is in a scary movie, small spaces, really fast killer, whatever. One of you's gonna have to stop to defend the two of you. And you know what? It's gonna be you. Because she's not gonna stop for you, and everybody else in the movie probably died trying to save her as well. So if you're the boyfriend of the strong female lead in a horror story, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna die. The number two thing that you can't do in a scary movie if you want to survive is split up. Now this also happens in one of two ways in a typical scary movie. So the first way that this usually happens is something really, really creepy happens. Like you're all standing around and all of these weird things have happened already, but the power goes out. And it's dark and stormy, and what could possibly go wrong? So the strong male is going to say something like, wow, the power just went out. I'm going to go to the basement and see what's wrong. Let me tell you what's wrong. What's wrong is the fact that there's a killer in your house, and he's going to turn out the power in the basement because he knows that you're going to go down there. And when you go down there, you're going to go down super strong and confident and cocky, and right when you let your guard down, he's going to come out. Now in the meantime, there will probably be some cats that jump out and strikingly alarm us so that we think it's over and that was all that was going to happen, but it doesn't, and you're going to die. The other way that people split up in horror movies is if they're visiting some kind of haunted mansion and decide, this isn't actually haunted, or, wow, this is haunted, I really want to check everything out. Don't check things out. If you're together with a bunch of people in a horror movie, do everything in groups. I'm talking everything. You eat together, sleep together, sit together, go to the bathroom together, shower together. Has anybody seen Psycho? Always have somebody in the bathroom with you at all times. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to split up, and then something bad is going to happen. You're going to hear a scream, you're all going to run, and you're going to die. So don't split up. My third way to survive a horror movie is not to be clumsy. Now, there are a bunch of different ways to be clumsy. My personal favorite happens in every single scary movie I've ever seen. There's going to be a fighting scene where you're running from the killer. And instead of running like a normal person, you're going to look back while you run and trip. Now this can go one of two ways. You're either going to sit on the floor flabbergasted like a deer in headlights until he gets to you and kills you. Now mind you, killers in horror movies never walk faster than roughly 2 miles per hour. So if you just briskly walk away, you're probably going to survive. What you can't do is trip and fall, which is what everybody does. So either get up quickly, or you'll somehow break your ankle and have to hobble away super slowly, and he'll catch up. Other clumsy things that happen in horror movies include, but are not limited to, leaving lights on when you don't want the killer to know that you're in a particular room, waiting for him to almost be out of the room and then loudly dropping something, or forgetting to silence your cell phone. Now, my fourth step to surviving a horror movie is just not visiting abandoned locations in general. If you're driving on the highway and you are lost, stop at a Walmart, stop at a Wawa, call your mom, use your GPS app that everybody has on their phone. I wouldn't recommend stopping at the gas station that looks like no one has been to it in years. Other abandoned locations also include places like cabins in the woods in general, just don't go. Now, in order to conclude, I kind of wanted to bring up some things that I didn't have time to really elaborate on during my full speech, but are some honorable mentions of things not to do. Now, here are my top 5. 1, excuse my language, don't have sex. If you have sex, you're gonna die. Number 2, in a horror movie. Number 2, don't Don't drink alcohol. If you drink alcohol, you're going to die. Number 3, do not use recreational drugs while in a horror movie or you will die. Number 4 is just avoid parties in general. Someone at that party is going to die and it'll probably be you. My 5th point and final point to conclude this is that the killer will never be dead. So if you stab him one time, you're like, yeah, he's totally dead, and just walk away and conveniently leave the knife next to him like most damsels in distress do. This is going to end in one of two ways. He's either going to get up and grab you right as you walk over him, or there will be a sequel in which you will die. So my best bet here is to have a doctor confirm him dead before you make any movements or assumptions. This needs to be a licensed doctor. 2, after the doctor has confirmed him dead, chop him into the smallest pieces that you humanly can with whatever is around you. The final step to this is immediately set those pieces on fire so that he can never come back in any way, shape, or form. If you follow this 4-step guide with some extra bonus points, you will be the one who survives the next horror movie, but your boyfriend won't.